Hello, my lovely lads. I hope you're all having an amazing day so far, and I'm so excited that you're here. I'm ready to dive into this episode because this is going to be a good one for a lot of you. And this is one of those things where I feel like you need to hear this because there was a point in time in my journey where I needed to hear these things and there was no one around telling me these things. So, let's just dive right into it. I'm going to describe something to you because I'm almost certain that if you're listening to my show, if you're listening to this episode, this is applicable to you. Okay. So I want you to imagine that you go to film what I call a chit chat video, which is a yapping video, a talking head video, something for your content where it's like short form and you're speaking to the camera. You go to film this video, and whatever you do prior to that, I don't know if you have like bullet points that you stick to or like however you come up with your idea. I'm going to create an episode on how to come up with content ideas because I feel like this is also one of those areas where no one's teaching that. And that is something that comes so naturally to me. So I want to give you that, but not in this episode. Let's get back to the original point. Okay. So you go to create this yapping video, and I don't know if you have like bullet points that you stick to with an outline. Hopefully, you're not using an entire script from ChatGPT. If you are, that's the first problem. Just stop doing that. But you create this video. Okay. You've recorded yourself talking. You watch it back. Maybe you've even gone as far to like edit this. And the reason that I'm bringing this forward is because I just spent the last 30 days creating a yapping video, a chit chat video every single day and posting it. Okay. Every single day. So I can see myself in this story. I can see myself in this flaw. And then this was a challenge that we also did inside of the Takeover Mastermind, which is my highest proximity space, like where I get really into the trenches with these women. And so this challenge was something that we all did together. I do the challenges with them. They get a new challenge every single month. Okay, now that you understand the concept, you go to edit this video after you've been talking to the camera, recording yourself, and you know that you want to post it, but you're watching it back and you're like, something is off. Like, I don't like this. It doesn't, like, I feel like I'm talking weird and it just doesn't sound interesting. Like, why am I talking like that? Why did I say that thing right there? Like, that doesn't even make any sense. So then you go to film it again. You go to redo it because you're like, I'm not going to post that. That's embarrassing. And then same experience. You don't love it. So you film it again. And then you're like, well, whatever. I'm just going to post it because now I'm running out of time. So then you're thinking to yourself, I'll just write a good caption. Maybe they'll come to the caption and they'll read the caption of what I really wanted to say or like how I really wanted to say it. And then all of a sudden you're in this place where you're like, now I need a hook. I need closed captions on the screen. I need to do this. I need to do that. And you've lost the original thought of that post entirely. Like you've completely lost the original spark of the idea. And then you're like, what WTF? Like maybe you have like this folder, maybe a few folders of content from people that you admire or like inspiration content. Like I'm going to create this later. And you've been saving this inspiration for months on months. And you're like, I'm definitely going to create this one. Like this is going to be the one. And then you never actually go to create something from that folder. Like you never post anything from that folder. And so you keep thinking to yourself, like, if I could just figure out the right content strategy, if I could just figure out the right format. Okay, Chandler's telling me I need to do yapping videos. I need to start talking to the screen. If I could just figure out how to do that. And if I could just figure out the right hooks, like Chandler's telling me I need to be very dramatic and curious with my hooks. I also need to tell personal stories. If you could just get that under your wing, if you could just figure it out, crack the code, everything would finally click for you. Here's what I know for sure after being myself and honestly, like I am my own ideal client, truly. Everything that I lead and teach is because I've been there, done that. So now, after working with hundreds of women in this space and teaching social media since 2022, I'm here to tell you that you're not going to probably like this answer, but the content strategy is never the problem, like at all. It's never the problem. So I'm going to tell you exactly what the actual problem is because this is something that could change your content forever. There's just like this misconception that I feel like is keeping everyone stuck in this space. And it's that content has been sold as this like performance problem. And when I say performance, I mean you've been sold the idea that you need really juicy hooks, and that'll set you free. You need better timing, like post at this time during the day. You need better aesthetics. You need to edit differently. You need to do the trends differently because it's not working for you. And the result is like this entire generation, this entire massive group of women who are performing content instead of creating content. And it drives me nuts, man. It truly drives me nuts. And it's like, who are you trying to like manufacture connection with instead of just being someone that people want to connect with? Why do we overthink this stuff? Why do we get so in our heads? And I'm asking that rhetorical question because I've been there. Like when I look back on my content from a couple years ago, I was in this position where I was manufacturing connection, trying to engineer it instead of just being the woman in my content that people wanted to connect with. And that's who I am in real life. Like I am a woman that people want to connect with. You are too. We have that in us. Magnetic content, though, like if you really think about magnetic content, the people that you're just drawn to when you watch them post, it's not something that was built. It's not something that they were like, okay, I'm gonna reverse engineer this. I'm gonna say the right thing. I'm gonna do this the perfect way. And all of a sudden I become magnetic in my content. It's as simple as a decision. That's all it is. It's not built. It is a decision. It's decided. The aura that people feel in someone's content, like if I'm talking about aura, you know how like that just came into my mind because my husband has like young nieces and nephews, and so sometimes like I get to keep up with the lingo of the kids these days. And I used to be like really in the loop when I was a teacher because I taught 7th grade, so like they would like keep me young and fresh and hip, you know what I mean? But recently when we were in New York, one of my nephew-in-laws, is that how I would say that? He was talking about like how aura farming is a thing. Like aura farming, I still don't fully understand the concept, but when I just said the word aura, it made me think of that. Anyway, back to what I was saying. The aura that you feel from people when you're like, oh, like she's got aura, like she's got the it factor, like she's just like, I'm just into her. It's not the way that she created her post. It's conviction. It's her conviction that she owns. She's taking up space. And that's because she is someone who has already decided who she is and why she's here. And that just bleeds through her content. It bleeds through your screen. And the one thing that I want you to hear is you don't learn conviction. Like it's not something that like you're not going to go take a course and be like, teach me conviction, or you're not going to hire a coach to say, help me become more convicted. There's no strategizing your way into conviction. You decide that you have conviction. It can happen as soon as you're done listening to the show. And so I want to talk about the thing that's like actually underneath every single content problem. And I'm going to walk you through some of these symptoms so that we can quite literally name like the real diagnosis under each one. Okay. So let me describe this to you, and you can let me know, like slide into my DMs which one of these you are, because I'm so curious. Let's just start with number one. You go, like, you're like, okay, I want to create a post, and you have, you set up your camera, like you have your space, you're good to go. You have your makeup on, like whatever, your lip gloss, whatever you do. And before you start this yapping video, you just freeze before you film. Like you literally like you push record and you freeze. Like you just become a different person. Like you're like, wait, I lost everything that is special about me. And the diagnosis underneath that, like the freeze, is that you don't know if you're worth watching right now. That's the diagnosis. Okay. Now I'm not going to like tell you all these things just to beat you up. We're going to get somewhere with this, but I need you to understand these concepts so that you know how to fix them. Okay. Now let's do the 14 rewrites. Okay. So you have an idea and you're like, nope, I want to make this idea better. Nope, I want to make that better. Nope, I want to do this better. Nope, I want to redo that. Okay. If that's who you are when you're doing a yapping video, or even in your caption, like I've seen this in caption or even a carousel, doesn't matter. You're like refining one post to death. Then what you're doing there, the diagnosis is you don't basically you don't trust that your natural voice, your natural message is enough. You don't trust it. It's not enough. That's what you keep telling yourself subconsciously. Okay. The third one is like performance anxiety. So you can't get out of your head and like into the flow. Like you're very wordy. When you watch yourself back on a yapping video, you're kind of like there's just no conviction. You can tell like you have anxiety. You're just thinking about what you're saying too much instead of just saying it with your chest. So the diagnosis there is, what if this version of me doesn't land? Like, what if this version of me doesn't make sense? What if it doesn't land? What if I'm not landing the plane here? Okay. Now, the next one is more of like a habit that you probably have. And I already touched on this, but if you have a saved folder of like 200 posts that you never touch, or maybe you like put your ideas into a notes section on your phone, or maybe you have like a Google Doc and like you have all of these ideas that you never touch. Like you're like, oh, this is such a good idea in the moment. But instead of taking action and recording it right away, you put it into a folder save it for later because it's like not a good time or whatever. The diagnosis there, which is crazy. You might even shake your head and disagree with me, but I'm going to tell you this is what it is because I've been there, is that you are still waiting for permission. You're still waiting for permission to be a star, to take up space, you're waiting for permission that your idea is that good. Like you are that girl. All right. One more is the feeling that content is like your content is, it's almost right, but it's never quite right. You're like, it's okay, but it's just like, what's going on here? Like, it's just not that good. Like, I know it's almost there, but like, I don't know, like something isn't right here. Then I'm going to tell you right now, the diagnosis is that it is completely missing you, the version of you that has already decided that she belongs in her content. That's it. It's missing you. Because there are posts that I create where I'm like, oh, yo, I killed that. Like, I don't have that feeling anymore where I'm like, it's almost good. I don't feel that way. I don't even think those things. And I want to help you get to that point. So again, all those things I just listed, like the freeze that you have before you film, the 14 rewrites, the performance anxiety, the saved folder, the feeling that your content is almost right, but never quite. These aren't content problems. They're not. There's no strategy that's going to shift any of those things. They're all the same identity problem, yet they have a different mask to them or a different costume, whatever you want to say. What you're actually doing when you post, what you should be doing, okay? And I try not to use the word should, but I want you to take this thought with you because it's going to change the game for you. You are not posting content. Like you got to get out of your own way with that. You're not posting content. You're not just creating social media posts for your feed or whatever. What you're doing when every single time that you create content, you are building a reputation. Every single post is like a scene of a movie. Okay, so I want you to imagine, like if I were to scroll your feed, I want it to feel like a freaking movie that is so intriguing. Okay, and that doesn't mean that you don't get to talk about your business because that's a huge part of this. But there is a difference between like building reputation with personal brand and marketing. And they're both very important. But right now I'm talking about the reason that you feel like you're not popping off in your content is because you don't treat your content like a movie. You treat it like, okay, I got my post done for the day. Every single caption that you write should be like a line of dialogue that you're having with yourself or with your audience. Every single story that you share. For me, it's like I talk a lot about the comeback season. I love, I don't love, but sometimes I thoroughly enjoy having a setback in my life because I know that there's going to be a comeback season and that's going to be a damn good story to tell. Which is why I have posts about IVF, which is why I recently posted about the haters that I'm experiencing on Facebook, which is absolutely insane. I don't understand it. I've talked about like my mom being in retirement recently. And it's all adding to this body of work, basically, like a museum of work that tells people who I am. I want that for you. I want your feed to be a museum of who you are. You will not be known. Listen to this. Clean your ears and listen to this. I don't know why I said clean your ears, but you will not be known for your services. That's not like you're not, if you want to be well known, if you want to be the freaking star, if you want to take the F over, you got to chill out with like trying to sell everyone all the time. Your reputation is not going to be your services, your offers. You will be known for what you do, but you'll be beyond that known for being you. Your services, your offers, your programs, whatever it is that you are inviting into, that's just what you do. Who you are is the movement that you lead. And the only way to stand out when there's probably, I don't know your niche for sure, but there's probably hundreds, if not thousands, maybe even millions of people doing technically the same thing that you do. The only way to stand out amongst the masses is to give people something that no competitor of yours could replicate. And that is access to who you actually are. Like think about my niche. There's millions of people teaching social media. Millions. The only way that I can stand out amongst that sea of people is by giving people access to who I actually am. And I do this in a way where I don't feel violated and I don't overshare. Oversharing would be hard. I actually feel like it would be tough. It would require me to be on my phone at all times of the day, and I don't do that. But when you aren't doing what I'm talking about here, when you're not giving access to who you actually are, you're not even trying to connect with people. Like you're not even trying. But the thing is like I don't want you to sit behind your content and think to yourself like, okay, I need to connect with people, because then you might go down the route of like, all I'm going to do is be vulnerable and like talk about struggles, and then I become relatable. There's a difference. I'm talking about you need to become the main freaking character. You need to realize in your mind and in your heart that you're the damn star of the show. And so as a side effect of that, connection will happen. It's crazy. It is truly crazy. Think about any movie that you've watched, and there's a main character of every single movie, maybe two, maybe three. But you realize they're the main character because they give access to who they are. Like you see them in different scenes, you see them in different lights, you kind of understand what's going through their mind. Like you follow them around. Like it's literally like you have access to them throughout the movie, so they become the main character. And then the side effect of that is you feel connected to them. And the backwards belief that most people are out there operating from is that most people, and this might be you, are waiting to feel like okay, if you want to talk about manifestation, which I never talk about because I feel like I have so many thoughts and opinions on manifestation. I believe in it first and foremost, but I think sometimes, I don't know, we'll talk about that another day. But when it comes to content, most people are waiting to feel like a star after the results show up, after the followers come, after all the views come, after all the likes come. And they think to themselves, like, when I have 10,000, 20,000, 30,000 followers, then I will post more boldly. Like I'll take up more space. And if that thought is something that you're shaking your head at, like, well, I don't really think that way, maybe it hasn't surfaced for you yet. So this is a checkpoint for you. Like if it's a subconscious thought, we could rewire that and a lot of things could change for you. When you think to yourself, like, when people start commenting, then I'll start replying to all the comments. Like if you're not replying to all your comments right now, if you're not treating 2 people the way that you would treat 20,000 people, there's a reason why you're not growing. And if you're waiting for all of this to happen and then you're like, then I'll show up more consistently as being myself. When my content gets more reach, I will invest more of myself into my content. Like, dude, that's backwards. The followers, the attention, the obsessed audience, they will show up because you already carry it. It being the it factor. The engagement will increase because you've stopped freaking, I'm going to try not to swear in this episode. That was my goal going into this. I feel like I've been cussing a lot, so I'm trying to clean it up, ladies, trying to clean it up. But the engagement in your content is going to increase because you've stopped asking for freaking permission. The reach that you want to be seen by more people. That's going to grow because people can actually feel from you that there's a real ass, there, I did it. Sorry for the children. Earmuffs. Swearing is not, don't do it. It's very trashy. I don't know. There's a real person, like a decided, convicted, fully arrived person on the other side of the content, of the post, of the screen. You don't earn the aura. You decide that you have it. And what deciding looks like, if you want to go this route, you're like, okay, I'm ready to decide. I have the aura. I am the star. Then this is where you will start to bring in your own story into your content, and not, this is important, not as a lesson for other people. Okay. Anytime you tell a story, I know this about you, you try to turn it into a lesson for other people. Like, WTF, stop doing that. It's giving the ick. Tell your stories because you have lived experience, period. You're not intentionally trying to connect with your audience through your stories. You are intentionally becoming the main freaking character of your own content, which is literally my IVF posts, my gym comeback posts, my haters posts. None of these things were calculated. Like, I literally didn't sit there thinking like, ooh, I'm going to try to connect with people. They were a byproduct of me being the woman who has decided that her full truth is worth putting into her freaking content. The truth. I couldn't be generic if I tried. I couldn't be I couldn't be bland if I tried. And it's not because I've studied how to be unique or how to stand out or how to be the star. I haven't studied that. I've just simply made the decision that I'm committing to be myself at full speed, full volume. And that commitment has shown up in every single post that I've created before I even write a word. I'm not leaning on my messaging. I'm not leaning on the video. I'm leaning on the commitment, the energy behind the post that no one can actually see, but it's the only thing that they feel. So maybe this is like the episode that you need to come back to and listen to before you create your next post or before you have any other content episode of mine, because I'm going to tell you what, everything else, like when we talk about niche clarity, when we talk about content pillars, when we talk about like posting strategy, hooks, calls to actions, like messaging, marketing, like any of that stuff, all of it works better once this foundational decision has been made. And without this decision, your strategy is going to feel like an uphill battle at all times. It's not going to be fun. You're going to be like, I need a new strategy. I need this strategy. This one's not working. And so with it, even your most imperfect post is going to land. So the content of yours is not really missing like a better format or a better strategy. It's not missing, you don't need to like super focus on better hooks right now. What you need to do is you need to focus on the fact that your content is missing you. Stop auditioning. You're like in an audition at all times. And instead just decide you've been chosen. You've arrived. You are on stage. You are that BITCH. And when you make that decision, not when you feel ready, you have to decide like you're ready right now. There is no when I feel ready. Not when the numbers justify it. Not when the metrics justify it, but right now. And before any of it, that is when your content starts to feel like it's inevitable, because it is. You just had to decide first. Whew. Again, I get so riled up in these episodes, but they're so fun for me. If you're listening to this and you're recognizing like this is the work you've been circling, like you need this work, you need more attention to this, you need to be called out on this and specifically to customize to you. Like you need someone to see you for what you're doing and what you're missing. And you need to be able to close the gap because someone actually sees you. Not just the content plan, not just like the posting strategy and schedule, but you need a coach that has the ability to find the identity underneath all of this. Then this is exactly what we do inside the takeover. This is exactly what we do. We will build clarity of who you are. And this is not like a one size fits all. Who you are is going to look different from everybody else in that room. And we build that out together. The conviction behind what you do, we build that out together. You will have no questions on what you do, the mission that you're here to support and to facilitate. And we will also decide the brand that makes everything you create undeniable. So the doors are open to the Takeover Mastermind. It is a 6-month commitment, which you're going to end up wanting more than 6 months. Again, the renewal rate of this room is super high, which is why the doors were closed for a little bit. We also just redid the entire resources of this space. So when you come in, it's like a really cool, in my opinion, I think it's really cool. I literally built it into something that I wish existed for me, but it's built into like a self-paced course almost, if you will, but it's so in depth. So you'll have all the training videos, you'll have action items in between. And these are like deep action items. There's 3 big phases that you go through. And as you're going through the quote unquote course, you will share with the chat and inside the group, which is an intimate space, some of the findings that you gather from the trainings. And then I coach you through those things. And then all the while, there's like all the other things that come with the Takeover Mastermind, which is we have bi-weekly group coaching calls. And every single week, you also submit a piece of content that I help audit for you. So I'll go in and look at your messaging, the visual, like the intention behind it, and then you get to create that post. You get to post it, and then you also get a content prompt from me every single week, which is based on my most successful post from the prior week. So I'm not really telling you why I posted that. I'm actually flipping it, and I'm giving you the tools to go create it on your own. And it's like it's very niche wide. So it's not just for content coaches and business coaches. I help you apply that to any niche because we have a wide diversity of niches inside this space. All of that to say, you heard me talk about the challenge that we do every single month. It's a very specific challenge dedicated to your content and your brand. And that's always really fun. I love the accountability. It's really stretchy all the time. And we're getting ready to create the new one for this upcoming month. So anyway, all of that to say, the applications are open. So I will drop the link in the description show notes. If you want to just apply to that, you can expect to hear from me within 24 to 48 hours on whether or not you've been accepted into the application. The reasons why you would not be accepted is the room is very much built for the woman who's already in action. So this is not going to be like, I'm not taking you from 0 to 100. Like this room is built for the women who are already posting and building something. So I don't care. Like the indicator of success to me is not how much money you make. That's not going to determine whether or not you're accepted. It's like I am looking for the woman who wants to be a star and take the F over. It's called the takeover season is what I want you to enter. So if you're making, I've had women in there making, multi six figures. I've had women in there making, a couple $1,000s a month, literally. To me, I don't care about how much money you make. If you're missing that it factor, if you're missing main character energy in your social media presence, that is what we do inside of the Takeover Mastermind. That is the indicator of success, is that you finally build this like obsessed, loyal, cult-like community straight from your following on social media. And it's so freaking fun, like so fun. So I will drop the application in the show notes if that's something that you want to apply to. Yeah, I think that's a wrap. So I love you guys so much. I hope you have a beautiful day. Thank you so much for being here, and I will see you in the next show.